Ball of Fire was Barbara's other great comedy. She was a nightclub singer on the lam, taking refuge in a think tank.
That was Professor Audley.
Any more of them around?
I hope not.
Say, who decorated this place? The mug that shot Lincoln?
This is our workroom.
Oh.
The living quarters are upstairs.
Wee, that's a lot of books. All of them different?
I trust.
Uh-huh.
May I have your coat?
Yeah, thanks. Oh, Greek philosophy. I've got a set like this with a radio inside.
Are you sure you don't want your coat?
Sugarpuss O'Shea was the name. Raising bookish spirits was her game. Barbara got another Oscar nomination for doing it so well.
Hiya, Foxy, come on, hook on!
Either she goes or I go.
You're speaking of Miss O'Shea?
I am, Professor Potts. That is the kind of woman that makes whole civilizations topple.
You're the one I'm wacky about, just plain wacky. Can you understand that?
Please, Miss O'Shea.
Please, nothing. Maybe you can generate or whatever it is for all that suppressed business, but I can't. No, you're too tall.
What are you doing?
Oh, you'll find it.
Those are Professor Gershikoff's reference books.
Now,
and
isn't
they're very
that just too bad? Oh, that's perfect.
What are you going to do?
Come here. I'm going to show you what Yum Yum is. Here's Yum. Here's the other Yum. And here's Yum Yum.
Barbara seemed to be a new woman. Now she was playing characters who were in charge of their own fates and other people's emotions. I'm the kind of gal who makes a man feel like the moon just flew over the mountain, she said in one of her films. She made men think they could do anything or be anything they wanted to be. That inspirational spirit was the moving force in her comedies and in her serious films, too. Of course, she could get tough when she had to. For example, Golden Boy, based on Clifford Odets' famous play.
I'm tired. I'll get a cab.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to quarrel.
Skip it.
Lorna.
I'll tell you a secret. I don't like you. You're too mixed up inside. You're wasting your time whining that things are wrong. I like men who reach for a slice of fame.
I can reach.
Where did you learn that? In the encyclopedia? What makes you think you can do that? Taxi! Taxi! So long. You've got plenty of speed, but in the wrong direction. See you in 1960. Maybe you'll be somebody by then.
Again, life imitated screen. In his first film, Holden was as insecure as the character he played. Barbara steadied and taught him and told the studio she'd quit if he was fired. He always said he owed his career to her. In the film, she heartened the young boxer who wanted to be a violinist, just as she had encouraged the young actor.
Joe, listen to me. I love you. We need each other. We belong together.
I have nothing to give you anymore. I wanted to conquer the world, but instead I smashed myself. I'm lost, Lorna.
No, darling, you're not. Now you can go back to yourself, to your music.
With this, a great violinist with a broken hand.
Your hand will heal, and you'll play again. You must. Nothing can stop you when you do what's in your heart. We have each other, Joe. We'll find a way. Oh, don't you see, darling? This is the beginning of a new life for you and me.
Meet John Doe reunited her with Frank Capra. She's Ann Mitchell, a reporter who invents a folk hero as a circulation stunt.
Here.
Then finds an innocent man played by Gary Cooper to fill the role. Her invention becomes the leader of an apparently innocent grassroots movement.
Wait a minute. Listen, you great, big, wonderful genius of a newspaper man. You came down here to shoot some life into this dying paper, didn't you? Well, the whole town's curious about John Doe, and boom, just like that, you're going to bury him. There's enough circulation in that man to start a shortage in the ink market.
And what man?
John Doe.
What John Doe?
Our John Doe, the one I made up. Look, genius. Now, look. He meets discouragement. He finds the world his feet of clay. His ideals crumble. So what does he do? He decides to commit suicide and protest against the state of civilization. And arguments will start. Should he commit suicide or should he not? People will write in pleading with him. But no, sir. John Doe will remain adamant. On Christmas Eve, hot or cold, he goes. See?
In the end, he feels he must fulfill the suicide threat she also invented, for the movement has been betrayed by its wealthy, corrupt backers. The good people who still believe in him are also present to witness his desperate act of redemption. Anne has fallen in love with John. What she created, she must now save from self-destruction.
John! Oh, John, no, I won't let you. I love you, darling. Oh, please. Please don't give up. We'll start all over again. Just you and I. It isn't too late. The John Doe movement isn't dead yet. Oh, John, if it's worth dying for, it's worth living for. Oh, don't you see, darling? This is no time to give up. That's why those bells are ringing, John. They're calling to us. Not to give up, but to keep on fighting, to keep on pitching. Oh, no. No, John. If you die, I want to die, too. Oh, I love you. Oh, John.
This is Capper's most troubling film, and Barbara's role was the most deceitful she had yet played. John Doe predicted still darker films, still more devious roles for Barbara Stanwyck.
Mr. Neff, why don't you drop by tomorrow evening around 8:30? He'll be in then.
Who?
My husband. You were anxious to talk to him, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, but I'm sort of getting over the idea, if you know what I mean.
There's a speed limit in this state, Mr. Neff. 45 miles an hour.
How fast was I going, officer?
I'd say around 90.
Suppose you get down off your motorcycle and give me a ticket.
Suppose I let you off with a warning this time.
Suppose it doesn't take.
Suppose I have to whack you over the knuckles.
Suppose I bust out crying and put my head on your shoulder.
Suppose you try putting it on my husband's shoulder.
That tears it.
Down, dirty, and deadly funny. Double Indemnity defined the great 40s style we've come to know as film noir. Neither Barbara nor her co-star Fred McMurray wanted to do the picture. She'd killed on screen before, but out of high passion, not low cunning. Billy Wilder, the director, appealed to her best instinct, her actor's instinct. Maybe she'd never had a nastier role, but she'd never had a juicier one either. Instinct won out. It always did with her. The film was a hit. She received another Oscar nomination for it. That year, 1944, she became the highest paid woman in America. More important, Double Indemnity set a trend for Hollywood and for the next years of Barbara Stanwyck's career. In Double Indemnity, strangers quickly become lovers and murderers. They've killed her husband for his insurance money. Now, of course, they must fall out.
I loved you, Walter, and I hated him. But I wasn't going to do anything about it, not until I met you. You planned the whole thing. I only wanted him dead.
And I'm the one that fixed it so he was dead. Is that what you're telling me?
And nobody's pulling out. We went into this together and we're coming out at the end together. It's straight down the line for both of us. Remember?
In the dark scheme of this great movie, there can only be one conclusion. Mutual betrayal, mutual destruction.